Hello Steelers and welcome to another Bench Report hobby update. I've got quite a lot painted this week. I've also got some bits of channel news as well for you. I'm thinking about making a few changes. I'll talk about that a little bit later on, though, after I've gone through all the other hobby usual stuff. But if you want to stick around and listen and give me some feedback on it, that would be greatly appreciated. But first of all, this week I've mostly been concentrating on stuff for Vietnam. So I painted the US Marine Corps figures. These are the 3D breed ones. I also finished them off as well. So not only did I paint the last few that I had, but I've also then completely finished all of the 3D breed stuff that I got printed. So there's about 50 odd, 60 or so figures in there, I think. I can't remember exactly. But also, I went back and I painted the Peter Pig figures that I got as well the other day. I got these as a tester to see how they did against the 3D breed stuff. And as you can see, there is a comparison. Hopefully it should be on the screen by about now. And the Peter Pig ones are noticeably smaller than the 3D breed figures, which is a bit disappointing. And I think even at tabletop distance there's going to be quite a discrepancy. What I have done though is I've also ordered some VC from Battlefront from their Tour of Duty range, so they haven't arrived yet. I'm waiting for those to come through. I just got a platoon. I just thought, that's enough to have a look at. But I've kind of been thinking about this a lot, and I really like the 3D breed stuff. However, there's a couple of things that are putting me off. The range itself is not massive. I have to pay for them to be printed, so they can be a little bit expensive as well, just buying them. I don't have a 3D printer. Some people have suggested making them slightly smaller so they'll fit in with the Peter Pig stuff, and I kind of think, I could do that, but then I'd have to ask the printer to do that, and it's a bit of back and forth until you get the right size. As I say, I don't have a printer, so that's kind of difficult. It's not really in my abilities at this point. So I'm kind of be thinking what I might do is the Battlefront stuff and the Peter Pig stuff I know from other ranges fits together pretty well. So what that means is then you've got quite a wide range of stuff that you could use. You can basically, you can use all the Peter Pig range, you can use all of the Battlefront range and mix them together and they will look okay. The only problem with that is they're all metal, so they're going to be quite heavy for moving about and things, and the 3D breed stuff is resin, so it's dead easy and light to carry, but that's a quite a small thing. So at the moment I'm kind of havering a little bit and probably heading towards just getting a load of Peter Pig stuff. In fact, actually I cancelled a recent order for 3D breed stuff that I'd made on eBay before they'd been sent out. I just thought I want to start afresh and just have a look at the Peter Pig stuff instead. I think kind of stick with what you know. But as I say, the 3D breed stuff is great, but I just don't have a printer, so I just can't. I can't manipulate them enough to do my own thing with them. Otherwise, I would do. However, I've also been painting as well. I painted a couple of paddy fields. I made these for some videos. I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the channel changes. And I painted made and painted them. I made a wet one and I also made a dry one as well, out of season one. So these can be used in Vietnam, of course, but they can also be used in the forthcoming Far East Handbook, which I was hoping to have got by the time I'd recorded this video, but it just hadn't arrived yet. I'm hoping it will arrive over the weekend. Rich said he's sending a copy out, so I'm looking forward to that with absolutely bated breath. So I painted those, and as I say, I've done a kind of video for those, a tutorial on those, which I've just got to edit together and put together. I also did some Japanese bunkers as well for the Far East. These are a bit more specific World War II bunkers, so these are the hidden Japanese ones. And again, I've done the same with these. I've made a video of these, which I will be putting out soon enough with the release of the Far East Handbook, because I know people will probably be looking for tutorials and that kind of thing on the the Far East itself.
And kind of sticking with the Vietnam theme, in the post I got some of these blinds for Charlie Don't Surf. You can see them here. These are all printed. I printed these on, I got them from Docs Direct, who are a fantastic company. They always send you a sweetie when you buy anything from them, and they're very quick as well. They'll usually get stuff into the post literally within a week, really, even on their cheapest posting. And I did these on 400 gram GSM weight paper, so it's pretty much thin card, and these are gone. Then I laminated. I've only done a few of these so far. I laminated some of them, so I've done some American ones here, and then cut those out. That's the longest thing. I did the Americans ones there, and I've done also some North Vietnamese ones as well here. And these are the blinds for Charlie Don't Surf. So I'm slowly, even though I haven't got the figures, I am slowly getting closer and closer to actually playing a game of this at some point. Baby steps, baby steps. The figures that I have had, they've not taken a great deal of time to actually paint. So I'm going to be probably cracking into those as soon as I've made that decision as to whether I'm going to be going with 3D Breed or Peter Pig. But yes, I was quite pleased with those. Also, that arrived in the post as well, as I'm recording this, literally an hour before I recorded this, the Hong Kong Volunteer Defence Corps armoured cars. These are the 15mm ones. I got these from Paul over at Sabotage, and I will say now, no, they are not on his website. You're going to have to email him for them, but he designed them for Richard for some of his games for Chain of Command in 28mm, but these ones are obviously in 15mm. So I'm looking forward to painting these up. I've got a couple of these just as a couple of extra support options for the Hong Kong Volunteer Defence Corps, because I want to be playing some games with those from the Far East Handbook as soon as I've got a chance to do so, which I think I will do next week at some point. So that will be coming up, and you will see those games soon enough on the channel. This week as well, I played a game of Fire in the Sky down at the club. Had a game with Paul, Alex and Dave. 4 of us played the basic introductory scenario, but instead of playing it as the USAF, we played it as a Battle of Britain game from 1940. And Mark, I think I probably said before, Mark had sent over the Battle of Britain stats and things. Really good game. We actually played 2 games of it. It was that quick, but it was only the introductory game. But everybody picked it up really quick. Everybody said how much they enjoyed it, and it really played out. It was a high stakes game. The Luftwaffe got a good mauling from the RAF, which is always a good thing. And yeah, it was just good fun, and everybody kind of worked out the tactics to use pretty quickly as well. You don't just steam in, unlike Paul, of course. I mean, that's all he does anyway, but that's his that's up to him. So yeah, that was good fun. So I kind of mentioned it at the start of this. I've been thinking recently, because of various factors really. I'm not really sure why, but some of the videos that I put out don't get huge amounts of views, and they don't get a huge amount of reach compared to the amount of subscribers that I have. And I've talked to quite a few people about this relatively recently, and I think really the consensus kind of coming back is a little bit that I'm probably putting out too much stuff, because I usually put out a video a week. I put one of these out a week as well. Plus then I also put out some bonus stuff as well. So what I'm thinking of doing is, I'm not nailed it down properly yet, but I'm kind of thinking of peeling back a little bit and just not putting out as many videos, but putting out fewer videos, probably longer and probably better made as well, because I know that in my own self-imposed effort to get a video out each week, I've kind of really sometimes just slap stuff together at the last minute, and it's kind of it's not as good as I thought it could have been. So I kind of want to work a little bit harder on actually making good content and just making it a bit more interesting for people as well. So I'm kind of just thinking about, I might just slow it down a little bit, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to 2 weekly releases at this point or even monthly. But what I want to I've got a couple of ideas. One of them is basically do a season of videos. So basically take a one single theme, like let's say for example Charlie Don't Surf. So I do a theme about that, and I basically put out 4 or 5 videos or so round that theme. So it would be, some terrain making videos, some painting videos, some game videos, a review video, even perhaps, like an interview or something like that. And I think, that might be an idea of doing things, and then those videos would come out in relatively quick succession, maybe every week, but then there would be a break until the next tranche of videos that comes along, next thing. And you can cover all kinds of different things. You can look at a game in particular in quite a lot of depth in that way, and then also put in quite a few like history videos as well, things like that. Just kind of flesh it out a little bit. Another approach I thought was just making magazine style videos, and I don't think I've seen anybody else really doing this. And this would be quite a long video, but it would have several sections within it. So that would be, there would be maybe like a short review of a game. There would also be and again, these would all be around a single theme. So again, let's say, Charlie Don't Surf, for example, because I've been doing a lot of work on that stuff. So you would talk about the game itself. You would probably, show a shortened game report, for example. And then also, some painting videos as well, like that, but all kind of put together into maybe, like a longer form of video. So that might come in at either like, at least an hour, maybe 2 hours thereabouts. And again, an interview, that kind of thing, a bit of history, that kind of stuff. And then I could quite relatively easily just timestamp that in the video, so people can jump to the area that they want within the video quite easy without having to sit through all of it. There's pros and cons for both of those. I think with the magazine style video, some things may get lost in the mix, because if somebody's looking, for example, for a painting tutorial on something or a terrain tutorial, they will be looking specifically for those particular search terms. Whereas if it's actually part of a video, it may get lost because it might not be as apparent that, you can make a paddy field from this video, for example. However, there are ways and means of getting around that. You can quite easily just, signpost that on various metadata that you put into the video, so it still comes up anyway. And just have it on the thumbnail and things, just to say, like, in this edition there are XXX, so people can go to them. I'm just, like I say, at the moment I'm a little bit, I'm not sure which way to go. So what I'm gonna do is basically just suck it and see, stick a finger in the air and see which way the wind is blowing, and I'm gonna try it out. I haven't exactly settled on how the formats are going to work, but I'm kind of, I'm just thinking at the moment what is the best way to do this, and I'm gonna sit down and think about it. So for the next few weeks at least, there is material coming out relatively pretty regularly, let's say, for the next few weeks, because I've got quite a few videos lined up anyway. But once they've done, I'm not sure where I'm going to go just after that. So it may be a big change. It might not. I get cold feet and I might decide not to do it at all. But I figure the best way to try something is just to try it, isn't it, really? And see if it works and see if people like it. And, I said I wanted a bit of audience feedback. So if you let me know what you think about those two different ideas. Let me know if you think one is better than the other. If you think, if it's something that you would like to see. Do you prefer just to have short, 10-minute tutorial videos that you can just specifically, or would you rather have them as part of a larger output? Would you like to see a themed video? And there's quite a few channels out there that do kind of seasons. So Little Wars TV, for example, they haven't put a video out for ages, but they still have huge viewing numbers on theirs, and they just put out 6 or 7 or whatever videos that they put out as a season. Is that a better approach? I don't know. The other thing is, these will continue. The weekly hobby updates will continue, because that's it's something that people do like, and these are always of interest to people, or it seems that way anyway. And these are, from my point of view, I do enjoy doing them. It's a little bit like a vlog more than anything else. What I'm going to start doing is, I'm going to release these actually early for Patreons as well, so they will get them after they've been recorded and uploaded, but then everyone else gets it on the Sunday evening, which I'm going to stick to. Obviously there will be times where maybe I'm on holiday or something, or I'm away, so that's when these things will be that I won't be able to get them out, but I'm going to try to keep them as regular as possible, at least weekly. So if nothing else, you'll be getting these videos. If nothing, if there's a gap in the other stuff as well. And as I say, I've just kind of I'm a bear of very little brain, so I've got to sit down and think about this stuff quite a lot, and just kind of see what works for me and what is going to work for you as an audience as well. And that's as much as I can say about that, really. Like I say, it's a bit of a let's suck it and see what happens in the future. But hopefully it should be interesting and perhaps quite exciting as well. All right, I will leave it at that. As I say, get back to me about any thoughts on that. Don't forget, check out the Warlord affiliate link that is down in the description. If you're buying anything from Warlord Games, please do through my affiliate link. That would be much appreciated. Also, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and also if you want to as well, do check out the Patreon and also the channel memberships. And I will see you in the next Storm of Steel video.